Okay, so one can understand something about our way of looking at this existential quantifier, in particular this kind of relationship, by having a look at pages 186 and pages 300 of Sheaves in Geometry and Logic by Saunders Mac Lane and Leek Mordyke. Now, I just wanted to add something about how we can actually think about things in these kind of terms, in particular how we can understand this kind of image of P1 after R idea, in terms of, well, I mean, in the case where things are happening in set to the power of C, because it's actually relatively easy to understand things in that kind of setting. So again, we have that R here is a monomorphism from an object capital R to B times A, and we have that this is happening in set to the power of C, and we shall suppose that little r here is an inclusion monic. And we're interested in understanding this kind of thing, which I'm writing as the image of P1 after R, again as an inclusion monic. So this is the type of situation we really have. And since we're thinking of IM of P1 after R as an inclusion monic, we're really interested in characterizing the set of E figures of there exists a capital R, this kind of object that this monic is emanating from into B. And so our direct image lemma tells us that we can view this as an inclusion monic, and we can think of the set of E figures of this object on the left here as the set of things we can get by doing P1 after R on some E-type figure of capital R over here. But remember, we're also thinking of this little r here as an inclusion monic. So anyway, to be precise, the set of E figures, and this is for any E and C as usual, and we're saying that the set of E figures of there exists little a capital R is the set of P1 of E after R of E operating on beta comma alpha, where beta comma alpha, this pair, is an E figure of capital R. But the thing is that we're assuming that this little r here is an inclusion monic. And so doing this little r of E doesn't actually affect any of the values, because this is simply including this kind of thing from capital R into B times A without altering its value. So we can rewrite this, since we're just sort of recording the values of things, we can just rewrite this as the set of P1 of E operating on beta comma alpha, such that beta comma alpha is in R of E. And of course, what this is going to do is it's just going to select the first entry in the pair. And so then we can really understand what this means. So we can rewrite it like this. We can say this is basically the set of E-type figures, beta, of B, such that there exists an E-type figure alpha of A with beta comma alpha in capital R of E. So it's really quite simple. Basically, an E figure of there exists AR is simply an E figure of B for which there exists an E figure of A that's in the R relation with that E figure of B. Okay, so basically a E figure beta of there exists AR is just going to be an E figure of B, which has the property that there exists some E figure of A, which is in this kind of R relation with beta. So it's really very straightforward. It's pretty much exactly what the notation suggests.